Big problem here. DC has been in the national spotlight for several months because of missing African American girls in this city. Were they kidnapped? Are they involved in sex trafficking? Where are they? Before I go to that, I want to say one thing to DJ. She's lucky that you're her brother and that your family never gave up.
Thank you.
And I want to talk to an expert. You thanked Derica right here. Derica, God bless you. I know about Black and Missing Foundation. And you were the reason that this girl is back home safe. And you gave this family some great advice. So when I mentioned earlier this national attention to the problem here in DC, you see it on the national news. Why are so many girls missing? Why so many African American girls are either running away, hitting the streets? Why do you think that is in DC?
You know, we have children that are going missing for a variety of reasons, whether it's human trafficking, domestic violence, running away, mental health. And so I think the most important thing for us to do right now is for those that are running away, figure out what's going on. Why are these girls and boys running? Because we're focusing on girls, but boys are going missing too. But why are they running away and who are they running to?
And do they know that it's hell at home sometimes? Sometimes the house isn't the best place, but it's worse on the streets. I got to ask you a question that bothered me for years, and I've said it on lots of television shows. Why is it that the media seem to be attracted to the JonBenet Ramsey case or the Elizabeth Smart or Adam Walsh, a little blonde boy 6 years old? I ask anchors all over the country, can you tell me the name of one missing African American child? Can you tell me one name of a Hispanic child? Why is it that African American kids, kids of minority backgrounds, don't get the attention that blonde white kids get?
I think a lot of times, oftentimes, the cases are stereotyped. You know, when it comes to our stories, they're just not sensational enough. And we've been told that as well. You know, if they don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, their stories are not of any importance. So I think we need more diversity in the newsroom. I think law enforcement, the training needs to be enhanced. I'm a former law enforcement official. And so the way we handle these cases, I mean, you experienced this yourself, and what you experienced in 1981 with your son, our community is still experiencing this.
Firsthand. I mean, over 1 million kids every year run away, but I've heard cops say many times, gee, that kid's 16, 17, he's an adult, they ran away because they're on drugs, et cetera, et cetera. And I've said to cops for years, why do you arbitrarily sign the death warrant of that child by assuming that they're a runaway? So I got to ask you that question because you and I are on the same page. You're one of those cops that care about kids, and you never make that determination. This is Sergeant Kathy Estrada with the Montgomery County Police. Kathy, you worked in that missing children's unit and missing persons unit and the SUV units at this police department. Why do cops assume that every kid that ran away is going to come home sometime?
Well, from my experience, from being on patrol, you get the same call from the same family. And sometimes it's a lack of communication between the parent and the officer. And it could be that we're all human. Right. The officer could be trying to move on to another call, or the parent just really doesn't have the information that we need to look for the child. But once the child is reported missing and a detective is notified, and then we get the case, at least when I was in the unit, we contact the parent and we tried to build a communication with the parent to find out what's the issue at home. We had a saying in the unit, kids are either running to something or away from something. And part of our job is to find out what that something is.
Boy, I wish every cop on the street listened to you. You're the role model. These two ladies deal with kids that have been recovered, and we're going to talk to them in a minute. We're going to take a short break, but I want to talk to both of you. What happens when you get that kid back alive, or if you get that girl that's been sex trafficked? What resources are there? We're going to talk to you two when we come back. Now, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coming up.